Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. God has given us unlimited treasures in His Word. Every time we open it, we can discover a new treasure or admire an old one. What will we find today? Here's Carla Early with Treasure Hunt in the Word.
Disciplining children was the most difficult part of parenting for me when my kids were little. I found that disciplining and punishing wasn't exactly the same thing. Discipline is training a child in the way he should go. When my child got a foot off the path, it was my responsibility to help him get back on the path. Sometimes discipline could just be that mama look that clearly says, "I saw that, and you'd better straighten up, young man." And the foot would hop right back on the path. Sometimes it involves sitting and talking to my child, letting him know why what he did was wrong and why he shouldn't do it again. Escalating the discipline to include some form of punishment depended entirely upon my child's attitude. If he rebelled against my authority, his rebellious heart needed more than just a look or a talking to. It needed a spanking. And sometimes that didn't even work. So I had to be more creative. God's discipline often starts with a look, which might translate into a pang of guilt when our conscience realizes we haven't done the right thing. God might give us a good talking to in the form of a sermon or a Bible verse that comes to mind. But if we have a rebellious heart, He has to get more creative. We see this parenting style clearly with God's handling of Cain in Genesis 4. Cain and Abel had brought their offerings to God. Abel's was accepted. Cain's wasn't. So Cain got angry. God could have let Cain walk away and cool off. He could have crossed his arms, looked at Cain disdainfully, and said, "Go ahead, walk away. With that attitude, you don't deserve forgiveness and you won't get any." But He didn't, because He loved Cain and valued their relationship. He didn't want Cain to walk away from their relationship angry and unforgiven. So in His mercy, He gently talked to Cain, giving him another chance. He showed Cain how to be accepted. He said, "Why are you angry, and why has your countenance fallen? If you do well, will you not be accepted? And if you do not do well, sin lies at the door, and its desire is for you, but you should rule over it." Wow, that's something we all should remember. Sin is crouching, waiting to pounce on us. All it takes is a bad attitude, a wrong decision, a weak moment, and pounce, it's gotcha. And that moment of indiscretion, that choice, that direction, could change our lives forever, and it did Cain's. Sin is always crouching, and it's never more ready to pounce than when we're angry with ungodly anger. As James 1:20 says, "The wrath of man does not produce the righteousness of God." We can be angry about things that anger God, but that's not usually the case. When we're angry, we can use the same questions God did. We can ask ourselves, why am I angry? Have I been disobedient, jealous, selfish? Do I need to repent instead of being angry? We don't want to give sin a chance to pounce like Cain did, and like we often do. God gave Cain such a gentle warning. Cain could have chosen to humble himself, apologize, and ask God how he could be accepted, to be back in right relationship with Him. Or he could choose to continue with a rebellious heart. Cain was at a crossroads of decisions. We find ourselves there frequently. Our daily choices are a matter of the heart. Even little things like washing the dishes or answering a text or email are matters of the heart. We can do it for God's glory with a cheerful heart, or we can do it with a rebellious attitude, even in anger. In which case, be careful, sin is ready to pounce.
You can contact us at treasurehuntintheword@gmail.com. We'd love to hear the treasures God has given you through His Word. You can listen to other episodes on our website, which you can find in the description below. Thank you for listening, and remember, where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.